Okay, so this is Jeff's weblog from Saturday, June, let's see, 14th. And today, well, woke up a little bit early. I took my shower on Friday night so that I could go to La Argentina, go to Argentina on Saturday with Matias to go pick up his wife Eugenia's grandmother. And so we had to leave. She took like an 18-hour bus ride from cerca de Buenos Aires, so close to Buenos Aires, Argentina, down to a place called Bariloche, a nice mountainous tourist trap town right on a lake, very nice amongst the Andes. So anyway, got going. Well, thought we were going to get going about like 7:15, more like Chilean time, so a little bit closer to 8 o'clock that we got to take off. And so we took off in the morning, obviously raining and down here in Osorno, so got going a little bit. And let's see, on the way, started passing some different towns, some different places that I would like to go to. Passed by his friend Pato, which Pato means duck in Spanish, and as I'm finding out in Spanish, there are obviously different translations to different words. So Pato means duck. It's short for his friend's name, Patricio, Pato. But also Pato in other places like, let's say, Puerto Rico, Pato means homosexual, means homosexual. So, si camina como pato, es pato. So if it walks like a duck, it's a duck. So that's how they use to, that's what they say to describe a pato. So anyway, passed by his house, passed by some other places, something kind of interesting. Seeing some like waterfalls like on the side of the mountains, so a lot of mountains. Took out my camera, took some pictures as you'll be seeing here. Anyway, saw some like waterfalls kind of coming down the mountain during the day, and I thought it was pretty cool, and didn't have a chance to get a picture, and figured I'd get one on the way back. But later on, Matias told me, he said, no, maybe they're there in the morning, but later on they're gone. And I kind of laughed at him and didn't believe him, but he said, no, really, that's the the soil is not very deep on the mountains, a lot of rock, so therefore the water would not absorb into the mountains. So when it was raining a lot, they would cause many waterfalls just kind of fall down the mountain. So it looks really pretty and really nice, but once it stops raining, eventually that water stops running off the mountain, and there's no more waterfalls. So anyway, going along and started going past like some towns like Puyehue, and there's a lot of different indigenous words down here that they use. And my landlord Leela, you all know Leela, yes, there she is. She told me about, I forgot the name of the indigenous people around here. I'll find it out later and tell you. But they have different words. So Puyehue is, and there's a lot of different names that I don't remember right now, but it kind of reminds me of when I was in Japan and learning. One of the first things that I learned in Japan how to say was Hajimemashite, watashi wa Jeff desu, yoroshiku onegai shimasu, which briefly meant, hello, my name is Jeff, please treat me kindly. So that was, it was very difficult to learn from Spanish, because in Spanish they had very short words, but, one of the first words they teach you in Japanese is hajimemashite. So it's kind of like hello, but a formal way of saying that. So anyway, we started going around, passed by a couple different border checks, and so first we had to cross the Chilean border, and, very nice, got some stamps, kind of took some pictures, and found out that the Chileans are racist, or I guess frutists, or cheesists, against cheese coming into the country. So as you can see from the picture there, they do not want cheeses to come in from other countries. So not very nice of them. So after we passed by the Chilean border, they asked us, do you have chains for your car? And Matias says, oh yes, of course, which of course we didn't. But anyway, we headed up the mountain, and there was some snow. It was right around freezing, and they just gotten some snow, and trying to pass some trucks and whatnot. I got some pictures along the way, and you'll see those. And we're going along and up and down and over and around, and eventually we did kind of veer off the road a little bit and run into a little roadblock. I didn't get pictures of that because I figured it wasn't very appropriate to take during that time. We were trying to get unstuck from the snow. But I did get a picture of the spot where we were when we returned, and it was much better in the afternoon. So did that, then we got to the Argentinian border, and as Matias explained, the Argentinians are very much different, perhaps. They don't respect rules and like stop signs, and they're very slow. And so we're in this line, and this line that we were in to go through the customs seemed to just increase as opposed to decrease. So like new people would come in, they just kind of meet their friends up front, oh hola che, and they would go up to the front and then cut in front of you, just very, not even nonchalantly, just very bluntly would go in front of you. So that was an interesting experience. So went through there and got through there, and the guy actually gave me the wrong stamp. He gave me a stamp as if I were leaving from Argentina as opposed to entering, which caused a problem later, but we resolved all that. So anyway, so got past the Argentinian border, still drove around a little bit, very beautiful, as you'll see through some of the pictures here, just that all the Andes around with the snow-capped mountains. They had different lakes, and you could see different mountains, and just very, very nice, and very beautiful town. I forgot the name of the town that we stopped at afterwards to have lunch, but very nice log cabin-esque type of thing, and a lot of stars apparently are coming there to spend their time and vacations there. So blew past there, got into Bariloche, and picked up the grandmother, and we went through town. We went to a chocolate shop. So Matthias confessed to me that these chocolates are good, but nothing compared to, of course, the Fannie Mae. Once again, thanks, Mom, for having that. So we had the Fannie Mae's, which were better than here in Bariloche, in La Argentina. So picked her up. We went back to the town. We had we stopped at a place to eat, and we had what was it called chorizo, bife al chorizo, and I knew chorizo as Mexican sausage, and bife, beef to me, basically was a roast beef. So we had that, and we also had some beer, which, as you can see here, this was the beer that I had. It tasted very good. It was nice and cold, so I guess any beer would taste good if it's cold, but this was an Argentinian beer, and so we had that, and much to my surprise, I was going to put some salt and pepper on my French fries and onto my bife al chorizo, and well, the one obviously was salt, and that worked out fine, and the other one, to my surprise, was not pepper, but rather it was toothpicks coming out. So that apparently is something that the Chileans don't do. I explained to Matthias that, okay, well, I guess the Argentinians, they want to take the pieces of meat out of their teeth, as opposed to the Chileans, who want to keep it in their teeth for leftovers for later. So that was that. That was my little joke. So got out of town there, went back. We had to pass through again the Argentinian border as we're waiting there. As you can see, there were dogs hanging out all around. So some dogs choose to pick their garbage from a garbage can. As you can see there, they'll be very intrusive and do that. And down here in Argentina and in South America, some dogs take it very literally, the term doggy bag, and they take their lunches to go. So a little bit smarter there. So anyway, this is where we encounter the problem of, oh, you have a stamp in your passport that is, that you left Argentina, but not that you were entering Argentina. So you never entered Argentina, so you cannot now leave. So it kind of caused a problem, and I was like, no, on my camera here, I have a picture of you taking it, or the stamp from this and that. So anyway, the guy that had made a mistake before. So anyway, we got out of there without any problems, got up through the mountains. It was, obviously much better now. Going in the afternoon, the temperature had risen a little bit, so the roads were not as bad. People had traveled past. It was good. Past the Chilean border, not a big problem. Just got out of there. They searched for your bags and whatnot. And we stopped at the waterfall there, Salto de los Novios, I think it's called the jump of the boyfriends and girlfriends, or that's what we did there. Stopped, took some pictures. We got back, and got back into town. Matthias unfortunately got a ticket for going down the wrong way of a one-way street. Got back to the house, said hello. Got the Eugenia was still in the hospital with Elena, who had bronchial pneumonia, so she was still in there. And let's see what else. We had dinner. We let's see. So that night, so we had pato. And you remember what pato means? Duck, and means something different in in other countries as well. Short for Patricio. So he came out that night, and we had a little barbecue going, which was nice, and cooked up some ribs, and we had some wine and some beer and some piscola, and so it was very nice. And we ended up watching some movies. We watched Rambo, which was as bad as you probably think it would be, and also started watching Hooligans. But we all kind of, well, actually Patricio left during that time, and Matias and I just kind of fell asleep during that, and that was that. So I actually ended up spending the night on the floor in a sleeping bag, very cold, and that was that. So that was our Saturday blog of June 14th, 2008. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you stay tuned. Be getting more to you later. Thank you for listening, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.